What's up YouTube, it's your boy Nash here, welcome back to the channel. Now before we get started with this week's episode of WWE's Biggest Issue, the road to 200 subs has now officially come to a close, and we are now on the road to 500 subs. Who knows, maybe, just maybe, we might hit 500 subs by the end of the year. Only time will tell, but as I have said in previous videos, if this channel does get, does get to 500 subs, I will open up this Korean LOB booster box in its entirety on the channel that I got from my partners at Collector Store. So be sure to check them out. Link and address will be in the description below. By checking them out, not only does it support them, it also supports the channel, and I would greatly appreciate it. On the hopes to potentially pull a Blue Eyes White Dragon, a Dark Magician, a Red Eyes Black Dragon, a Monster Reborn, Pot of Greed, a Piece of Exodia. The possibilities are out there. However, if this channel gets to 1,000 subs, I will open up this first edition Toon Chaos box in its entirety on the channel that I also got from my partners at Collector Store, on the hopes to potentially pull my second ever Collector's Rare. Because it wouldn't be the first time that I pulled a Collector's Rare, because I also pulled this. Freshly pulled out of my Genesis Impact box opening that I did from a few months ago is a Collector's Rare Beat Cop from the Underworld. This thing looks absolutely gorgeous. I'm planning to get this card graded at some point. I just don't know when exactly. But with that being said, guys, if you guys want to see those boxes get opened, maybe you guys want more episodes of WWE's Biggest Issue. Maybe you guys want more episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh's Biggest Issue, deck profiles, card discussions, WWE topic videos, or maybe, just maybe, you guys want some premium live event predictions and results. Well, if you guys want all of that and more, my channel is the place to be. So if you guys are new to the channel, and I know that a lot of you guys are, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, smash that thumbs up button on this video, and as always, be sure to follow me on all of my social media. My ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And I want you guys to post in the comments below answering the question of the day, which ties into this week's episode, which is this. Which brand do you guys want to see Jade Cargill compete in? Raw, SmackDown, or NXT? Let me know down in the comments below, because we just found out over the last several weeks, we found out that Jade Cargill has finished up with the promotion known as AEW, which is actually Cody Rhodes' promotion, funny enough. And there have been a lot of rumors that she has started to train, I guess if you will, at the WWE Performance Center, and apparently now the rumors are true, because apparently she has signed a sort of like a developmental deal with WWE. And there's rumors swirling that she might be going to NXT. Now, the one thing that I find interesting is that from what I heard and from what I had seen on social media, AEW has this thing called the TBS Championship, which I guess it's the female. I guess it's the women's division version of the men's TNT title, which I don't know who holds these titles anymore. I don't watch AEW. I only keep up from social media, from what I've seen. What I find so interesting is that with these rumors that have been swirling, let me see about something. Give me 1 second. Because if I remember correctly, I think the rumors are indeed true that she has officially signed a developmental deal with WWE. And the ironic thing about this is that she had been dominant for she had been a dominant champion in AEW, holding the TBS title for I want to say like 500 days or something like that. So that's pretty impressive. So there was an update that I had seen on social media that she has officially signed with WWE. Apparently she actually did indeed sign a developmental deal with WWE, and there's a lot of questions. There's a lot of questions that have yet to be answered, including one of the biggest questions is which brand would she be going to? That's the thing. We have to look at this from a fan's perspective, because from what I had seen, there were a lot of fans who really were not that big fans of Jade Cargill, but there were quite a few fans who were like, hey, this chick is awesome. She's good. She, she's an amazing competitor. This chick is awesome. Let's cheer for her. So which brand would she be going to? That is what we're going to be talking about in today's video. Some of the pros and cons of her in WWE, and what brand she'll be going to. So the one thing that I find that the one thing that bugs me the most, and this is probably one of the biggest cons of this whole thing, is the fan reaction. What are the fans gonna say? How will they react when Jade Cargill's new WWE theme, when her music hits, and she comes out and she wrestles? How will the fans react? Maybe they might see her as they might see her as a potential threat to the women's division, which is possible because she basically dominated the women's division in AEW with an iron fist, in spite of only having the TBS championship, if you will. So that's like one of the biggest cons. I think it's the possible fan reaction. Some fans might think, she should have stayed in AEW, or she should have gone here, she should have gone there. But there might be some people that they're like, all right, you know what, Jade Cargill in WWE, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. And another big con that also bugs me is her being lost in the shuffle. Because if you guys remember, I think it was on Saturday, this past Saturday, I talked about how there were literally 24 WWE superstars that had gotten released, and at least 15, maybe 20, maybe even more WWE staff had gotten released. And I'm not talking talking talent. I'm talking like producers and producers, camera crew, employees at the inside WWE headquarters in Stamford, Connecticut. A lot of people got released because of the merging of UFC and WWE with Endeavor, and now we know that SmackDown, after 5 years of being with Fox, they're now going back to the USA Network, which ought to be interesting. I will say it's gonna be very interesting because there have been rumors that Raw and NXT might be leaving USA Network and might be going to an NBC, but of course, but that'll be a separate video on its own. But again, the big question would be, could she potentially get lost in the shuffle? Yes, the answer is yes. Why? Because of the fact that Chelsea Green and Piper Niven are the current women's tag team champions, and they've been cursed. I truly feel like that those titles have been cursed because of the fact that when the Iconics, Peyton Royce and Billie Kay, when they were the tag team champions, in spite of only having like maybe a couple matches here and there for those titles, they basically made those titles relevant, and then of course every other team that came after, who became tag team champions, they only held the titles for only a short time, and now we have Chelsea Green and Piper Niven, in which those two, they're basically mid-carders, practically jobbers, if you will, and they're tag team champions. It literally just it doesn't make sense. Excuse me. And I feel like the women's tag team titles have been underappreciated, I guess, if you will, because with those titles, they're just it's two random people, no chemistry whatsoever, as tag team champions. That's just how it is. And not only that, Rhea Ripley is the women's world champion. She's already on the top of on top of Raw. Io Sky is the WWE Women's Champion. She's on top of SmackDown, and to top it all off, Nia Jax is back in WWE, and we haven't seen Bianca Belair since last month. It's been like a month since we last saw Bianca Belair. So it's possible that Jade Cargill could potentially get lost in the shuffle. But I think the biggest pro would have to be the brand she's on. If she gets sent over to Raw, that means Rhea Ripley, Piper Niven, Chelsea Green, Raquel Rodriguez, Kaden Carter, Katana Chance, just to name a few, are some of the women that she could be facing in the foreseeable future. If she goes to SmackDown, you got Charlotte Flair, you got Bianca Belair, you've got all three members of Damage Control. You've got Michin of the OC. You've got Zelina Vega of the LWO. You've got a lot of talent on SmackDown that have the potential to stand up to a woman like Jade Cargill. And NXT, I mean, you got so many women there. You got Tiffany Stratton, you got Kiana James, Fallon Henley, you got Becky Lynch, who's the NXT Women's Champion. You've got who else? Cora Jade. Well, I would say Cora Jade, but she left NXT for some reason. You got Roxanne Perez. You got just a plethora of talent. Blair Davenport, Mako Satomura. We hadn't seen her since since what, February, March, like right around there. I think, what was it, Roadblock? Was the last time we saw her? Yeah, I think it was Roadblock, where she challenged Roxanne Perez for the NXT Women's title, and that was a hell of a fight. That was a hell of a fight. So there's a lot of talent across all three brands. Me personally, I think SmackDown would be better for her anyway, because of the fact that you've got Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits teaming up together. There's been rumors going around saying that Bianca Belair is going to be joining the Street Profits and Bobby Lashley. Maybe we'll see Jade Cargill on in that group as well. Only time will tell. But I will say this: I think no matter where Jade Cargill goes, whether she decides to go back to AEW or be in WWE, I think she's gonna do a lot of big things. She will be doing a lot of big things in the wrestling industry, no matter what. But with that being said, guys, that will do it for this week's episode of WWE's Biggest Issue. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more WWE topic videos in the future, or more episodes of WWE's Biggest Issue, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and follow me on all of my social media. My ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.